What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. With me, as always, is my co-host, Matt Reed. Matt,
Hello.
what's up? What's up, homie?
Good. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. It's always the best, least awkward moment of the show. Today we've got Kellen, Nick, and Steve from Baltimore and now Minnesota. Ska punk band Stacked Like Pancakes. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
What's
Happy
up?
to be here.
Heck yeah. So, just Kellen's in Minnesota, right?
Correct.
Yo. All right. You guys didn't want to trade?
No,
trade-off?
I mean, we didn't fall in love with his girlfriend, unfortunately. I mean, we did, but in different
you could
ways.
have fallen in love with other Minnesota girls.
Yeah, very true. Nick and I are both based in Pittsburgh currently.
Pittsburgh, okay. Nice.
Yep.
Right. Where I met you.
How's Pittsburgh?
Hey man, all I know is Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season.
There it is. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season.
All right.
What we got going for us right now.
Podcast is over. The podcast is over.
That's all we need. That's all you need.
No, Pittsburgh's cool. Yeah, Pittsburgh's pretty cool. I think Nick and I are chill here.
Nice. All right, so I'm just making sure you're not poking at our Vikings right now, are you? Because we did have a losing season.
R.I.P. man. I love me some Kirk Cousins, and it just hurts to watch him like do that, you know? Like,
hey,
he's
Steve.
No.
Steve, you remember where we got Mike Tomlin?
Tell me.
The Minnesota Vikings, baby.
Like, look, here's the thing. Kirk Cousins could hardly be blamed for that loss.
No.
That loss was 100%. Our defense was like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
We're not going to play today.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Kidding.
JK, LOL.
Dude, I was working during that game, but like I was just looking up at the TV, and I feel like every time I looked up at the TV, Giants got like a 20-yard gain, 25-yard gain. It was stupid.
It was
Saquon Barkley was running all over.
Yep.
Everyone. It didn't matter who it was. I at one point in time, I don't know what it was at the end of the game, but at like halftime, they were averaging 14 yards per play. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's insane.
This is now a football podcast. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. By the way, last thing on the Vikings, as a Washington Commanders fan. You're fucking welcome for Kirk Cousins.
Said it, bro.
I feel like
I just want to say, you take the Steelers and you put them in the NFC. Besides the Eagles, they dominate every team. I'm just saying it.
Yeah,
The
probably.
NFC this year is just so like weak compared to like the last 3 years. Like this is the weakest NFC playoffs I've ever seen. Like as far as back as I can remember.
Can we all agree, though, just before we move on from football, can we all agree that fuck Tom Brady? Thank you. Get the hell out of the playoffs. Get the fuck out. You didn't even have a 500 average. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
Bro, this was a bad last year for him. This is
he
all around.
Yeah, I think that he kind of ruined his legacy almost. I would say almost ruined his legacy, and like people are still going to remember him as the GOAT, and he is the GOAT, and I think that's undeniable. However, this really, really, really puts a dark spot over everything that he's accumulated over his years in the NFL, and that's really, really sad to think about. But
you never seeing someone limp away from the game.
Yeah, exactly. I think 2 years time from today, it's going to be a blip, and we're just going to all remember that Tom Brady's the GOAT and 7 championships. But for now, god damn it, what a dumbass. Like why did he just went off on such a high?
He got divorced.
I know, dude.
I wouldn't even be upset. Honestly, I wouldn't even be upset if he didn't make it into the playoffs with a fucking 8-10 record. Fuck
well, yeah,
you.
he shouldn't have been in the. They were not
Just
good enough.
saying.
They're not good enough. Yeah, they're not good enough. They are not a playoff team, and the only reason they made the playoffs is because the rest of the division is trash.
The Steelers kicked Tom Brady's ass on home field this year.
Yeah.
we'll probably
Oh,
never see him again. And it was
Holy
great.
shit, this really is, guys. Let's start a football podcast.
We're
All
doing
of
it.
us? Can we
Yes.
be in it? Me and Matt?
Yeah,
saw
no,
all
that's
the-
what I'm.
Okay, all of us.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, all of us. Yeah, that's what
Well,
I'm saying.
Let's call it like pop punk and football.
Punk and
Yes.
football. Let's do
Hell
it.
yeah.
Start the
Easy.
Discord right now. Start the Discord.
Easy.
We'll
So
have a fantasy draft next year.
Speaking, well, you guys should be in it because we did fantasy football this year for Unsigned Pop Punk.
We'll do
Next
next year. We're
Ooh.
in next
Get in.
year.
I'm down.
Nice.
I'm
Get
down.
in it.
Kellen goes hard in fantasy football. Steve goes hard in fantasy football.
I dropped the ball this year, but it's okay.
Unsigned Pop Punk went out the first game of the playoffs, so
Oh,
Aw.
just like our Vikings.
Sue.
I'm sorry. Everybody can look forward to this podcast episode now.
Absolutely. On that note, though, Stacked Like Pancakes recently released your latest single, Satellite, back in December, which was the follow-up to So Close Yet So Far, which were your first releases in 3 years. On top of that, you returned to the road with a December tour, which was your first tour in 4 years.
Mhm.
How was the response for all of that?
I think it was everything we hoped and needed it to be. We had so many truly dedicated, like hardcore fans come out to each and every show. We weren't packing rooms, but it was exactly, when I say exactly what we needed, I mean like the majority of the people in the audience in every single city like knew every single word, probably
Hell
the
yeah.
words better than I did, and then we're dancing. And in some shows, I feel like start to finish of our hour and 20-minute set did not stop dancing, and it was such an incredible feeling and just rejuvenating, and like I said, exactly what we needed looking towards the future, and just trying to continue to build on that post-COVID.
Yeah, every show felt like we had family there,
Awesome.
It's like the Pancake Nation definitely like showed up, and like even if there's 60 people in the crowd, it was like 60 friends and 60 like true supporters, and that as everyone who like is surrounded by music knows, is like what truly matters, so it felt great.
Bro, it's so cliche to say. I know everybody says it, but like, I truly believe that we have the fucking best fucking fans in the fucking world. Because everywhere we
Pancake
go,
Nation, let's go.
the Pancake
Let's go.
Nation, bro. Like, and
They showed up.
The proof of it is they're close with each other. Like, I know Pancake fans that met each other through us. And now like they hang out like regularly, like outside, or like on Twitch or on Discord, like they play, like they're friends now through us. And like that experience is like, there's nothing that compares to how good that feels, just making that
It's a
happen.
great, weird, goofy, wonderful family.
And I think we should give a shout out to like, there were a couple of not every show, but there were a couple of shows there where supporters of ours and fans traveled immense distances just to see our show. For example, in Chicago, someone flew out from Connecticut just to see us in Chicago because they didn't want to wait until the next tour, the next whenever the next East Coast run would be. They were like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna take when you think about that, and like that means they took time off work, that they booked a hotel for at least one night, that they booked a flight, and that, you know what I mean, they put, and that's I don't know, as someone who wrote a song called Money Sucks, and I think about this a lot, like, and I don't ever, it's not lost on me, and I would never take for granted how the money that our supporters put into just buying tickets to see us and traveling and travel, and of that great of a distance. I mean, that was amazing, and that happened a few times on this tour, and it is such an incredible feeling.
And they'll also spend like well over $100 at the, like,
yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's amazing. It's very, very, very supportive and amazing family that we have in the Pancake.
It's like humbling, bro. Like I literally like would tear up like a couple of times. Like I was like trying to hold it together like in front of these people. Like Seriously, it's like the most humbling feeling I've ever felt in my life, for sure.
You have any specific moments from tour that you think back on right now that you're like the moment I'm looking for forever?
I'll let Kellen take this one.
Wait, which one?
Right.
No, I mean,
specific
like,
moments from tour, because I know you have like a couple.
You got any good tour stories?
Are you looking for like heartwarming ones, or do you want like funny ones? 'Cause
Whatever you guys want to share.
Nick,
Bro,
you
we got a
go.
lot. Okay,
Nick, you
okay,
go.
okay.
Because you guys were telling us. You're like, oh, just wait.
Well, we got
wait.
the one at the end, but let's save that one.
We'll
Let's
save that one. Yeah.
Okay.
We have some treacherous stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not lead with that.
So we haven't even touched on it at all, but Kellen, Steve, and I are like the three faces of the band. Like you'll see us at every single Stacked Like Pancakes show. The band behind us is kind of like a rotating cast.
Yeah.
So but this particular group that we had on this run, it was like you couldn't have even written, like you can't write this stuff. Like these were just such characters. Everyone in themselves was like this is like a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Going off of Nick, it's like our drummer, his name's Liam, right? And Liam is like, he's a badass drummer. There's no denying it.
He's so good, dude. He's amazing.
His personality, I would describe it as like perfectly a drummer. So take that as you know what I mean? I love him. He is like very energetic and like, kind of like the type of dude that bounce off the walls. And so one thing that became like a running joke over this tour, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Sometimes I just say things and I stick with them. And one thing that I just kept saying, I was like, Liam, hit the gritty. Do you guys know what the gritty is? Yeah, right. And dude would hit it like no matter where we were.
No, it didn't matter what he was doing or like what he was holding or it's such a goofball.
We could be hour 7 into a 9.5 hour drive and we'd be at the gas station, like everyone's not feeling the best, and I would just be like, let me catch this real quick, Liam, hit the gritty, and it would be, you just start doing it and
pull
it's like
phone out, record it.
It's a perfect morale boost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, Liam was just what we need, and that's just Liam. Gannon, our trumpet player, also huge fucking character. So I love them. I would run through a wall for them. I wouldn't have it any other way with them. We met them on our Twitch channel, actually, playing Fortnite. So they're like one of our, like, I consider them like one of my closest friends now. That being said, Gannon is notorious for taking very, very long showers, right?
So long showers.
30 minutes plus sometimes, like no joke. So that became like a running joke amongst the group. Like when we would get back to the hotel or whoever's house, like wherever we were staying, like we would always make sure to try to get in the shower before Gannon.
Well, you gotta be last. Gotta be first.
Yeah, you know they're gonna be in there all night.
If he beats you in there, like you're pissing outside. Like yeah. So that
or you're not showering. Yeah.
So that became like a running joke. Like I will take full responsibility. Like it was my idea. I said we should prank him in there sometime. Like I don't know, like nail the door. I don't know, like scare him or something. But we never did it. We never did it because like that's just.
But
like,
we would have had enough time.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like the time that we had was just plentiful for stuff like this. So that was the running joke with them. Awesome trumpet player, by the way. I got it. Give him props to that first and foremost. Like we played a live stream show on our Twitch back in June, I think it was, and Gannon literally took a bus from Indiana all the way to Pennsylvania to play this show with us. So like again, super going back to like
a week's notice.
Base. Yeah, super short notice. Like just so like it just goes back to like how great our fan base is, and
they're the homie essentially.
Yeah, the homie. So
we could go on forever though about
forever about him. But our trombone player, moving on, Mia, also monster trombone player, one of the best trombone players I've ever heard in my life. Like you can tell that like she is big time into like band stuff. Like we
Marching band.
her band, Brass Iron Skillet, shout out Brass Iron Skillet. They opened for us in Chicago.
Oh my God, they crushed it. They were so good.
Which your boy Gibby didn't show up for. I was a little disappointed, but that's all right. We won't talk about that. But I would like the way she was.
Gibby's kind of having some time. He had a little time at that point.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's why we won't talk about it. I love Gibby, by the way, for the record, everybody listening. Shout out Gibby. I love you, dude. Hope you're doing great.
He's the best.
Anyway, Chicago, Mia's band, Brass Iron Skillet, they're a brass band. Like they have a drummer and like a tuba player, and she's on trombone, and they have trumpet. Like they're all awesome players. Like you can tell like they're like marching band kids. So I'm talking to them after the show, and they're like, yeah, we're in the A jazz band group. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, we're in the top jazz band group in our school at Purdue. I'm like, what are you talking about? A jazz band group. They have 7 different jazz bands that you have to like audition for, and you have to like be good enough, and they're all like in the top group. So that just goes to show like Mia's like stature and like
their caliber.
Yeah, she's not even like going to school for music. She's going to school for like engine, like some sort of I forget. I should know, but Mia
architecture.
Also,
I think she said.
Yeah. See, there you go. Also, one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. So like nonchalantly, we'd all be taking like a serious picture, right? Like a serious group picture, and then like I look back at it, and Mia's just
giving
like
the shocker.
She's giving the shocker like low key, like, but like I'm like, did you do that on purpose? She's like, yeah, like. Just absolute characters. Like
awesome.
I love the band that we got to go on to. Like every single one of them. Awesome people.
I think a memorable moment for me is we caught it on video actually when we did that studio session in California. But when Danny, who was our tour manager, when they were like feeding the little bee some sugar water, which sounds so silly, but I don't know, it was just like it was like a candid, like beautiful moment where just seeing their personality. And Danny is an amazing human being and photographer and very, very talented, and we're looking forward to working with them more in the future. So I think we summed up the whole crew. But I think on the music side of things, Chicago, I think for me was one of my favorite shows, because musically I think that's where we really, I think, worked out all the nerves and settled in musically. You know, we had 2 great full days of rehearsals prior to departing for tour, day 1 of show. But you know, it's different putting it into context of playing in front of people, obviously, and it's like it is. I love the rush and the feeling, the camaraderie that comes with you know, following the first couple shows. It's like everyone kind of like, all of us talk is like, I fucked up this part, we should do this, and then this one song we got off right here a little. Everybody is just like, we all kind of like you could tell that there's we are in the process of locking in. And then so basically by Chicago, I was like, fuck yeah, we sound so tight, and I am so happy to be doing this again in my life.
Hell
personally. Yeah, I think that was a very, very memorable show for me in Chicago.
The tightest we sounded, I mean, this was towards like the end of the tour. We only had like a couple of shows left at this point, but I think it's called Blue Beach Studio. If you search for it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
We have the most recent session should be us, and there's like a little interview to it too. But like,
nice.
That's all live. That's like unedited. Like, everything you hear on that recording is like the way you would have heard it like in the crowd on tour.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Shout out Blue Beach Studio.
Yeah.
Shout out. So you guys. So like I said, you guys have released Satellite and So Close Yet so far. Do you have a new EP or album in the works currently?
Not officially, no. We're talking about while we're planning on some shows happening late spring into summer. we're talking about getting out another new single. And then I think actually Nick and Steve and I haven't really talked about this, but so this is news to them too. But I do want to put out a new record next year. So that's
Nice.
I think
You
I
heard
think in
it
the
here
short,
first, folks.
yes.
Exclusive.
I think in the short
That's
term
right.
though, in the short term, and even in today's climate, you know, and for a band like us currently, you know, the single game makes a little more sense. You
Right.
know, it feels, you know, because like we went on a whole tour just supporting one single. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Mhm.
So it makes a little more sense in the short term and all that, and like. Yeah, I feel like songs do come pretty easily between us, but yeah.
But
You
at
heard
the
it here
same
first.
but at the same time, like, yeah, you know, we've been building this new like era of the band. It is, and in order to keep doing that, it feels it's a natural trajectory to like, you know, I think even though Nick and Steve and I haven't actually vocalized it to each other yet, I'm sure we've all kind of felt that one is coming, and it's again like it just organic, organic growth of it just feels right. So
Yeah.
Sure.
who
I would
knows?
say on
Things could
tour-
change. COVID, you know, 20 could happen and fuck everything
yeah.
over. But
True.
let's not
hope not.
put that out there in the universe and just
Right.
keep pumping out new music. Yeah.
Well, in just in general, it seems like the singles game is kind of just the way things are now.
True.
Yeah.
You
Because
know?
Yeah.
even if you do release, like, you know, even if you do release a whole 10-song album, like no one does that. You waterfall. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you single. Oh, hey, by the way, this is an album, you know?
Yeah.
You single until song number 10. Oh fuck, hey, here you go. Here's the
Yeah.
album.
By the way.
Surprise. Bet you didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
among the frequently asked questions that I personally got on tour, that one was definitely up there.
Sure.
Is there an album coming, or is there an EP? Like, is there another record coming? When we were on tour, I think the sale is still going on right now, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. Kellen can correct me, but if you
It is.
buy, okay, yeah, if you buy one of our, tell them what it is. I don't.
Well, if you buy the third album, you get the second album free.
Oh,
You
there
can
you go.
you can go to our web store, and if you buy the third record, Strange Creatures, in vinyl or CD form, I will automatically ship you the second album as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good
there
ass
you go.
deal.
And we did like not that bad on album sales, actually,
Mhm.
like physicals
we did.
on tour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that just goes to show like our audience is an audience that, you know, consumes full lengths or like half lengths,
Right.
like EPs and stuff. But that's like our audience. Like they're very specific. They're always hungry.
Yeah, that is
for
true.
content.
I'm always surprised by like after some shows like oh, I really wanted you guys to play brown leather shoes. I'm like, what? Like
Right.
that's like a
Yeah.
B-side song that I thought nobody cared about on the second album. Like I mean we could whip that out, but like it's not a I wouldn't. I love that song, but it's not like a show. Like in the context of you have to pick songs
Right.
for an hour and 10 minutes. That's a tough one to put in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we played a
Um,
few. We played a few of those kind of songs on
We did.
tour. Like
We did.
I would say, and people knew them. So
Yep.
it like
Yeah.
I would say if you're doing the singles thing, that's a better thing if you're like
Yeah.
reaching out to like new fans. So like, so for instance, like we put So Close Yet So Far out like as a single, and like there hasn't been a SLP song that sounds like that for like a long time, I would say.
Mhm.
Because the last record, you know, that's not a song that you would put on our last record, which is Strange Creatures. You know what I mean? So we put that song out, and Unsigned Pop Punk so graciously put that on their playlist back in
Mhm.
November. And
Heck yeah.
it did awesome. And we reached out, and so now we have like the Unsigned Pop Punk fans who otherwise, you know, aren't going to take the time to listen to a whole album. You know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
the singles are, I think, better, in my opinion, for like finding new fans and reaching out to other audiences. But as far as like your core fan base goes, there will always be that
Yeah.
chunk of people that is starving for an album, starving for a full length.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, especially for you know, like live concerts and stuff. You know, there's a lot of people that say like, "Oh, don't make CDs. CDs are dead." That's not true. Like people will
Yes!
still buy them. People
Thank
will
you.
buy them.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Now, don't get me wrong. if you can afford, I don't know who can, but if you can afford to press a vinyl, always 100% do that, because that is the most popular right now. But I'll tell you, I can't afford that. That's expensive as shit. But
It sure is.
we keep making our compilations on CDs. We sell them at festivals. People buy them. People
That's
like
dope.
them. You know, the thing is even if people don't have a CD player, they still want something to buy from you.
Dude, I love you right now because no, for real, because I have I've had to bite my tongue, like getting in like arguments with people about how they are so confident that CDs don't sell. And in the back of my mind, I just remind myself, okay, they can't sell CDs. We can. And for what the reasons are, you know, I think what Nick is saying is that like, here's my opinion is that, and this might be kind of a hot take, but I think that our fans have shown that they will buy a CD, and it to me is more of like a token. It's it's an item of memorabilia. It is of support, but it's a way of just, I have something physical, tangible in my hands to remember this moment, and and that just goes to show how big of a show and big of a moment that we've created together with them in every single city that we perform in. And that is something that I carry with me to every single show and cherish. So maybe that is to say that some of these artists aren't doing that, or maybe they're pushing other merchandise. I don't know. It's not really fair to compare, but I think that you can always sell those things, and they're super important. And yeah, so I'm just really, really proud of that. And don't worry, I haven't really picked fights with people over that.
Well,
it's not worth it.
but
I totally agree.
But with that though, also a lot of people that say that, you know, they're like, well, I can't sell it at shows. I'm like, well, are you trying though? A lot of people don't try. Like when I'm behind a merch table, I'm slinging, baby.
Yes.
I'm there. Like I am there. You looked at me. Get the fuck over here,
dude. When we went on tour with Real Big Fish, right? Dude, talking about slinging CDs, we had a system where we would finish our set. Behind my amp, I would put a stack of 20 CDs of the 20 copies of This Is Us, and we had a system where everybody in the band knew how to pack all of my stuff up. And I would not worry about tearing down my stuff for the purpose of grabbing those CDs, literally jumping into the crowd and holding them up and saying, $10, who wants this album of CDs that we just played? Album of songs that we just played, rather. And I would sell all 20 and have to run to the merch table and get more. And I would do that every single show. That's
how you do it.
Yes. And that was, man, like, yeah, but you're right. That's the, you know, ultimate thing. You got to put the fucking work in.
Yep.
You got to put the work in.
I've always been,
you're a legend.
I've always been adamant that when you're at a concert, you have one designated, like, you have a merch person. Like, that is like, you have the guy, like, whether it's the prettiest, the best talker, doesn't matter. Whoever is ready to jump off stage and go directly to the merch table to start yelling at people to get over here.
Yeah, and that's what we said, is that I'm the prettiest too. That was the first thing.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I do have to say, Nick has some beautiful hair.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No, you're right.
Bro.
You're 100% right.
Look at that.
I grew it all myself.
Nice. I did.
Yeah, right.
Too.
You have extensions.
I did this all myself. The beard all by myself.
That is a fierce beard.
That is
bro.
luscious. That is
Dude,
luscious.
4 year strong would be jealous of that beard.
I want to use your beard as a pillow.
Yes, nice. Funny enough, in my youthful days, so I did a couple Warped Tours, just like you guys. We'll segue into that. But I did a couple Warped Tours, and at one of the Warped Tours I was at, so was 4 Year Strong, and for no good reason, because I do not look like him, but people kept thinking that I was fucking Dan every day. Every fucking day. And I'm just like, Cool, let's do it. What do you want signed?
Dude, yes.
That's
I would
awesome.
go to it too.
Yeah, just run with it. That's funny.
Were you with Jamestown Story on that?
He knows.
No, that's a deep cut. No.
I love Jamestown Story, by the way, just for the record. Like,
Nice.
you go ahead.
Dane's good stuff. No, I worked for a company called Plug Your Holes. And so I was out
Okay.
slinging with PYH.
Speaking of
Plug your
Warped
hole.
Tour, what was Warped Tour like for you guys? Any experience,
Dude.
any stories for you?
Yeah, I mean, well, we did 2019, the final Warped Tour in Atlantic City
Mhm.
Beach, New Jersey, and that was for sure one of the most memorable shows. I mean, we were like, I don't know, 50 feet from the ocean
Mhm.
is where our stage was, and like we were the second on our AB stage setup. We were the second band, so we played very early, which you never want to do, but I mean, like, it's not like we're headlining or anything close to that. So it's people were definitely still trickling in, but as we've always done on Warped Tour, people stopped for us, and then soon enough, like 10 minutes into our set, we had probably, I would say, 1,000+ people in front of our stage.
I was gonna say 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well over 15. And
That
we were the
was-
first band that played that day, by the way. We were the
Oh,
first
wow.
band. Like, you had to be early,
On
and
our
all of our
stage, yeah.
fans showed up.
Well, yeah,
early.
that's what I was saying. Is like, it was an A B setup. I think we were B, so we were like the second band, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Were we? Okay.
Yeah.
For the A B setup, like the second. But
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Semantics doesn't matter. Yeah.
I should remember, because that's like, my mom always said, like, the days like I'll always remember are going to be like my wedding and like the birth of my first child, which neither one of those has happened yet. So I tell her, like,
But Warped Tour,
that
Mom.
day,
But
Warped Tour.
Warped
But Warped Tour 2019, well, that was just such a special Warped Tour. I had been to
Yeah.
so many Warped Tours in my life. Shout out Warped Tour. That's actually my first experience with Stacked Like Pancakes ever. I was 2015 at the Skull Candy stage.
Yeah.
There you
On
go.
my way in, this is just go show like what a genius is. I don't know if this was your idea or not, Kellen, but on the way in, like when you're waiting to get your ticket scanned, Stacked Like Pancakes' horn players were out playing Super Mario Bros. Out to the lines with signs around their necks that said Stacked Like Pancakes, Skull Candy, Stage 130. And I was like, all right, that was pretty cool. I'm going to go see Stacked Like Pancakes. Like, I'm now inclined. And
Right.
the rest is history. I became a Stacked Like Pancakes fan that day. And then we can talk about like how we got into it later, but Warped Tour introduced me to Stacked Like Pancakes. Fast forward 2019, I'm on stage with them doing this at not only any Warped Tour, like Warped Tour 2019 at Atlantic City was arguably the grandmother of all Warped Tours. I mean, Bad Religion played that day. Day to Remember played that day.
Blink, obviously.
Blink
Yeah.
182 played. Like we played on of arguably the greatest Warped Tour lineup that entire day. And we
I would
played on
say
the same
so.
stage
Yeah.
as the Aquabats and Real Big Fish played
Yeah.
on our
So awesome.
Fish that exact same day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. That was it for us, man. I would love to do anything even close to that again.
Same. We're hungry for festivals again.
Oh,
We're working on that. Definitely for our future summer into fall festival season. We're working on it.
Heck yeah. We are
Andrew's
as
working
well.
on it. Shout out Andrew, by the way.
Shout out. So like, Stacked Like Pancakes has been a band since 2007 and has released a slew of albums, EPs, and singles. Of everything you released, what song means the most to each of you, and why?
Go ahead, Kellen.
I don't know. I could think about it for an hour and probably
Steve?
still not decide. So the first thing no, I'm not going to think about it for an hour. I'm gonna, but the first thing that came to mind, which is I think what I should be confidently say is Money Sucks. And Money Sucks is a song that I actually I wrote and did not want to be on the record. And I introduced it to the band, and I said, I have this this idea for a song, and I don't know if it's right for the band. Like it is just me. Like that's not a ska song, if it's just acoustic. So it just from a practical standpoint, I was looking at it. I was like, this doesn't make sense. But then I am so grateful that my bandmates convinced me to put it on the song, because it kind of like in a small way blew up. Like it got like Reddit got a hold of it, and like the YouTube video is our most watched video, and it is one of our most streamed songs on all streaming platforms. And it's a song that like I didn't, we went some shows for some time not playing it live. And then it was one of those songs I was like, why didn't you play Money Sucks? Why didn't you play Money Sucks? And I was like, again, it was like the same thing. I was like, it's not it doesn't seem like it should be a part of the show, but it's not. It made me realize it's not about that. It's about the connection that people have with the music and with the lyrical content and the emotion of it. And that's what in the greater picture of things, that's what SLP is about, so and looking back on it, reflecting on that, yeah, it absolutely belongs on the album. I was stupid to think otherwise, and I'm so grateful to my bandmates at the time that pushed me to put it on the record, and all the experiences that I've had in shows since then, playing that song live and listening to everybody sing the lyrics back at me. It's incredible.
Hell yeah. What about Nick? Steve, what you got?
Go ahead, Nick.
I'm gonna go ahead and say So Close Yet So Far, because it's the first song, Stacked Like Pancakes song, that it's special to me because it's the first one that I was on the recording. And I've been listening to Stacked Like Pancakes since before they put out This Is Us. So Suburban Superhero, like they played that at the first Warped Tour. I think they opened with it. They're like, this is our brand new song. And that was like the single from like the new record, and they only had one album out so far, and it was recorded like a long time before that, I think. So
yeah,
it was like
mine is Satellite. I think because it's the first song that features me vocally and Nick vocally, cool. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I also didn't like the song at first. I was like, Kellen, I'm not feeling this song, and then it just kept growing on me, so has a special place in my heart.
I love that, because I do that stuff to Matt all the time. I'm like, Matt, just trust me, just wait. It's not done yet. Just wait.
Yeah.
Gotta keep him on his toes. Yeah, that song is, I would say, up there with So Close Yet. So that's what I would put that as my close second, obviously, because I don't know why I'm biased because I'm on it, but aside from like the bias though, objectively, if you look at it though, I mean, Kellen wrote the songs, right? Like our influences were kind of whatever. So kind of give you some context here. Steve and I play in our own ska band in Pittsburgh. That's actually how we actually met Kellen in the first place. But we write music that sounds like a little more ska version of like what the two new songs sound like. So I can't help to like think, did we have some sort of influence on Kellen's like new direction, or we didn't? We ended up not, because like Kellen said, like, this is the music that he's always like wanted to write for this band. And we got back to his ska roots, because the last album was kind of like more like a 21 Pilots fan would appreciate that album a lot more than they would appreciate like a ska record.
Sure.
But now like if you look at the Satellite record, like the album art, the wings on the satellite that's orbiting the planet, like they're checkered flags on each of them.
Right.
And so if you listen to like the very, very early Stacked Like Pancake songs, like a song for the broken, which that song sounds like Streetlight Manifesto.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Totally ripped that from Streetlight. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
That song sounds like Streetlight Manifesto.
100%. Yes.
And if you listen to So Close Yet So Far, and you A/B that with those old songs, they sound like they belong together, but you can hear the progress of Kellen's songwriting and how much it's matured since then. And like he's tried to branch out so far away from it that by the time he got back to it, he got full circle, and it's like it's everything that it needed it to be. And now I'm on that and I get to play as part of that. It's like it's a very humbling experience for me because, like I said, I was started off as one of the greatest hardcore. I was one of the hardcore fans, all because I saw them in 2015 at Warped Tour. So like, I don't know. That's a really like long-winded explanation of it, but like I just
Good
needed to get it out.
explanation,
You know
though.
what I mean?
No, I appreciate that very much, Nick. Thank you for saying that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're bringing people closer today.
Having a proud dad
Right.
right now.
That's right.
Yeah, prior to today, I actually fucking hated Nick. So yeah,
Made me
thank
proud.
you.
We have one more question before we go to a quick break. If you could
Sure.
give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you first started out, what would it be?
Ooh.
To offer.
Practice to a metronome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
And never give in to a pay to play. Any kind, it's a scam. No, period. Even if the opportunity feels like it's just too good to be true.
I agree.
And it will not be worth it. I made a grave mistake this was many years ago now, but it just it was kind of a black cloud over the band for a while, and we lost a lot of money going into a scam that we were told that we were opening for Real Big Fish, and we were absolutely not. And but we paid money to be a part of that bill, and made the venue a ton of money, and we made $0. And we still put on a hell of a show. That's something that I do hold true to that moment, kind of coming out of it. But yeah, don't ever do a pay to play. You'll find the next great real opportunity.
I agree 100%. We've talked about it a few times on this show. There are like some legitimate people that do pay to play, and I know that there are some people that like do agree with it. I just don't. I think it's a shitty thing personally.
Yep.
I think that there are definitely different ways you can approach getting your bands to help you promote to make a good show.
You know what's interesting? Sorry, I know we were about to go to break, but
Good.
really, really quickly, when we went on tour with Real Big Fish in 2016, one question that some music industry friends of mine that asked me, how much money did you pay to be on the tour?
Mm-hmm.
And
What?
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we did not pay money to be on the tour.
Buy-ons,
We were paid to be on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
We were a part of the tour package. Like I'm pretty certain that if we were offered to pay to be on the tour, we probably wouldn't have done it, because I don't know where we're gonna get kind of that capital unless I was taking out like another student loan or something.
Basically.
Unfortunately buy-ons. That shit's normal, and it's
I
gross.
know it is gross.
Gross.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent there, but yeah, it just made me think of that. But yeah, very grateful to Real Big Fish for that opportunity, and we hope to play a show with them again in the future.
Hell yeah. Steven, you got any words of wisdom?
Yeah. This is more life.
Yeah.
But like as someone who does music full time, and like I feel very lucky to have found a passion. Sorry, hold up. Can you guys see me? I don't want my screen to go blank.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're good.
Anyways,
You're good.
So cool. My bad. Yeah. So I found what I would say is like my passion at like a super young age. You know, I found music when I was like 4th, 5th grade. And I just always knew that like it was going to be the leading force in my life. And I have followed that feeling of like, hey, this is like something right now. This feels good. It feels good putting time and energy into this, right? But I would say it's like find like something that you feel good about putting time and energy into and dive into that. Like indulge in it, indulge in yourself. Like you are the main character. You like have the ability to write your own story, to make your life exactly the way you want it, whatever that means, whether you're a super high level lawyer, whether you want to fucking play in a ska band, you know what I mean? Find that and play in it, play in those waters simply because you want to. And like that's my shit. And I feel so lucky to have found something that makes me feel like good, pure, and like I'm doing some good with my time. So yeah, that's what I would say. Cause like fuck working like a normal job just for, you know what I mean? Well, and like, no, and that's like all well and good. And like, you know, good for some people, but it doesn't work for me. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I think everyone on this podcast, pretty much anyone that's ever been and ever will be on this podcast, would agree. And feels the same way, because we've obviously all chosen a much different path than the normal American ideologies of like what you should be doing with your life.
Sitting in a cubicle, and that's not for us. Yeah.
No, that shit shouldn't be for anybody.
True.
Fuck that. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment.
What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're gonna save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned Pop Punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man.
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around. We are hopping into my favorite segment, your favorite segment, Pat's favorite segment.
Yeah, it is. Pat's
friend, I don't remember what his name is, but it was his favorite segment too last episode.
I don't remember.
Bob, I think.
Oh, Dave.
Dave,
I didn't
forget about you, Dave. It's your favorite segment too. He better be listening.
He won't be listening. This is our food for thought segment. So this first question I'll go with. I initially wrote this, and it was basically all based around Maryland, and then knowing that is not exactly where everybody is, I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Let's go.
But with it, obviously Maryland is known for seafood, most notably the blue crab. So Callan, you can answer the Maryland part. So in your personal opinion, what is Maryland's must-stop food destination? And you two, tell me about Pittsburgh, because I know that it's Philly cheesesteak around like in like around that fucking state, right? Like
we'll put a pin in that. Will that count? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, here's the thing. As far as like specific restaurants go, since you're on the coast, right? I feel like there's such a high standard for like a crab cake that like that I've rarely gone to a place that like really fucked it up. Actually, yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? Like you can get good crab. Now, I wouldn't trust getting a crab cake somewhere in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or necessarily, but I don't know, like there's a favorite
we do Juicy Lucy's up here.
Yeah, that's true. My girlfriend brought me on to that too when I moved here. But for like brunch and still some seafood options, Miss Shirley's. I would there's one downtown in Baltimore. I would highly recommend that place. It's kind of like bougie brunch, but it is really, really good food. It's been recognized for a bunch of different awards and like put on television shows, and famous people have gone there.
Fucking over in Pittsburgh. So Philly's like pretty far from us. So like,
Right,
we don't
I
really
know.
we don't really have good Philly cheesesteaks, but what kind of like the Pittsburgh standard, I feel like people from Pittsburgh would roast me if we didn't say it's like we got permani. So you got permani sandwiches. What that is it's like Italian bread with like your choice of meat, like usually like capicola or like some like, you know, some meat, and then you put fries and coleslaw and tomatoes on top. So that's the go-to. But I mean, like Pittsburgh does have some like great like food. One spot that I would love to shout out is Big Jim's in the Run. It's right in Pittsburgh. They have the best wedding soup. If you like wedding soup, this shit's thicker. Oh my gosh, it won Cake Boss. You know what I mean? Like, that's how thick it is. So yeah, Big Jim's in a Run. Great sandwiches, great Italian cuisine, and yeah, great wedding soup.
Nice.
I don't know if they're related, but there's also Jim's Hot Dogs. Shout out Jim's Hot Dogs.
Yeah, they're not related, but Jim's Hot Dogs, they are the glizzy capital of Pittsburgh.
They have their homemade
glizzy capital.
Glizzy
so
cap.
like they don't do like a regular like cheese dog. Like when you order one of their and they're thick boys too. Okay, so they put like a whole slab of cheese, like a lot of cheese.
How much cheese?
A whole lot of
A whole
cheese. Bro.
fucking lot of cheese.
How much cheese is too much cheese, Charlie?
How much cheese is it?
All right, so and then instead of like chili or anything, they put this homemade sauce on it, and you just get the sauce all over your face, and it's just an experience of a lifetime. Let me tell you.
It's the way to do it. I like it. I support it. I do like me a good hot dog.
Glizzy. We call them
Glizzy.
glizzies.
On
Yeah,
glizzy on
sorry.
God.
The glizzy gobbler.
Glizzy. Is that your nickname?
Sounds like it might be Patrick's. No, yeah.
Sure.
Catch me a goblin.
Fun fact: Steve and I have actually played a number of shows dressed as hot dogs.
Oh, for Halloween, yeah. Every Halloween, we every time I've played like a Halloween show, pretty much have dressed up as a hot dog. You have to.
So just a quick question. Okay, so like obviously like people have weird, different names for fucking everything. What the fuck is a glizzy though? Like like
So
no,
I don't even know.
for real.
Like I do know.
I don't know.
But I think the reason I got these guys saying it so much is so like I was
Steve. Tell him, Steve.
Tell him,
yeah,
Steve Dave.
Tell him.
I was the one who coined the term glizzy, at least in like this circle, because I teach at a performing arts high school. I teach sound design, and I have some really great, hilarious students there. And one day, just out of the blue, I'm like doing my lecture about freaking compression or whatever the hell I'm talking about, and a student comes
Shout
up
out
to
compression.
me like, yeah, and my student is like, "On glizzy on God, Mr. Shrine." That's my last name. And it just like cracked me the fuck up. And I was like, "What did you just say to me?" Like, and they're like, "On glizzy on God." I was like, "All right." And so it was so hilarious. And the fact that like one of my high school students said it to me just cracked me up, And so glizzy is a hot dog.
It's a Zoomer term for a hot dog. Yeah.
So stupid.
There's a Fortnite skin. I think that's how it started. There's a Fortnite skin called Glizzy or something.
Well, so I'm just gonna be that person because now I'm old. I googled glizzy and it means a Glock or a handgun.
What?
Are you sure that's not blizzy? Not even trying to
yeah,
where I'm
GL.
from. That's yeah.
So
glizzy.
Who calls hot dogs glizzies? There's also that. Depending on where you are in the world, the name for a hot dog changes too. Australia, they call them a sausage sizzle.
I
Whoa.
like that.
In Germany, they go
Pretty
by
hot.
Wiener. And in Germany, they go by Wiener, and apparently it's its own place. And online, they're known as glizzies.
Online, bro. I told you.
Oh.
We're carrying the glizzy flag. We're like moving forward. You know? It's on my back. I'm going through the trenches. Like people are trying to like get violence in here. They're like trying to give us hand dogs. No, it's hot dogs.
No, you know, once we start promoting this, we're hashtagging glizzy all day.
Yes, let's go.
Our next album cover is just gonna be our logo, but like in between the stacks of pancakes, it's gonna be hot dogs.
I think your next album, just so you know, should just be called Glizzy McGuire.
Glizzy.
Write it down.
Glizzy
Write it down.
McGuire.
Someone put that
You heard it. You heard it here first, folks.
straight from the mouth of Patrick.
Oh shit.
Give him his credit.
Yeah, just put it, you know, if you make that, just, you know, throw me in the credits.
Little
on
liner
your
notes. Liner notes.
CD.
Yes, CD that we will make. Yes.
Yeah.
So no, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut the glizzy talk off. I understand.
Yeah, you do.
No, please
do.
please
Please
cut the
do.
glizzy talk off.
Next thing you know, we're gonna be called like pigs in a blanket or whatever.
New band name Dibs. New
Rigid
band name
gap
Dibs.
between the-
Pigs in a blanket.
But you guys knew it was coming.
You're killing me, bro.
We have to ask, with a name like Stacked Like Pancakes, what are your 3 favorite pancake toppings? And maybe they are glizzies.
just fucking no hot dog buns no more, just wrapped in pancake.
Dude.
I'm gonna start if that's okay.
That's a
All right,
great
so
idea.
3 favorite
Pancake toppings.
pancake toppings. I'm gonna keep it simple. I feel like a lot of people go like chocolate chip, maybe banana, stuff like that. I'm like super simple. So I'm gonna have all 3 on at once. So I'm gonna do like syrup, and then I'm gonna do powdered sugar, and then I'm gonna take bacon, cut it up, and I'm gonna sprinkle it on top of the pancakes.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes. Does everybody know that song?
I
Did
don't
sing that for
no.
no reason. Oh, okay. I should probably show you guys what the fuck I was just singing.
I know it because you know it because you
Yeah.
showed it to me.
That's true. Oh damn, I thought that
And
was
you're
like
connected.
a well-known meme. Okay, fair enough. I like fruit in my pancakes. Blueberries, and I've experimented and done raspberries before, and I really like that too. A little
I
bit
like raspberries, yeah.
tartness to it. Yeah. So blueberries, raspberries, bananas, any kind of fruit I'll throw in there.
Nice.
I'm also a big fruit guy. I'm a sucker for some strawberry pancakes, strawberry syrup on top and whipped cream. I'm also a classic chocolate chip pancakes guy. Classic. My 3rd topping. Let's go wild card here. I'm gonna say birthday cake batter pancakes
Yeah.
actually slam.
Ooh. Sent us that YouTube. Nice. There we go.
Yes, I did.
That sounds so. Do you guys do any of you ever frequent and get some candy pancakes from the old IHOP?
I'm more of a Waffle House type of a guy.
Oh,
We
I like
didn't really.
I stay in the safe neighborhoods.
Dude, I love me some grime.
No, Waffle House is good shit. It's good
Yeah,
No, it's not. You don't have to say that.
shit. No,
You
it
have
is.
to
It is.
say that, bro.
It's okay. It's
Go for the ambiance.
Yeah. You're eating what you're eating, bro.
yeah. I mean, I'll fuck up some IHOP or Denny's.
As will I.
Yeah.
I just
No,
I
I'll
just
go to,
like
I'll go
their
to like a local. I'll go to a local place before I try to go.
Yeah.
For
See,
Yeah. True.
if I'm going to IHOP though, it's literally just for like their candy pancakes, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not like if I want like
Right.
good like food, like I'm gonna go to a local diner and get like
true.
a fucking like gyro omelet or some wild and awesome. But like IHOP, I want to go for like, you know, like their Cinnabon fucking pancakes or whatever crazy concoction that they've
Overrated.
got that year.
Literally.
Overrated. I've had them overrated.
Yeah.
Actually, one time, we actually did not go to an IHOP, but we did go to an original pancake house as Stacked Like Pancakes,
Oh yeah.
and mixed reviews. Honestly, if you ask either Kellen or myself, it was all right. If you ask Steven,
Yeah.
he did not have as good of a time.
Well, they like messed up your order and stuff, didn't they?
That's what I'm
Oh, is
saying,
it
like-
that place? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I think it might have just like they were very busy too. I think might have just had like a bad
It's a
time.
bad day in the kitchen. It's not no one's fault.
Yeah,
It's
all
all
good.
right.
So last question, our food for thought segment.
Let's
So
go.
you've been a band for like 15 so years. You've done music, you've done touring and all that. You've toured all over. What is your favorite or most memorable food stop on the road? I mean, it could be memorably bad, I guess. Just what's your most memorable food stop?
Mm.
Hey, you know what? I have a great one. I have a great one. I got like a little tipsy, you know.
As one does.
In Ocean City, Maryland, and they had the buffet at Phillips. RIP. It's closed down as of now. And you know, I just had so many soft shell crabs, and I have some beautiful pictures of me just going to town. I have a whole tutorial on how to eat a soft shell crab. So I got videos. I could drop them in the Pancake Nation Discord.
You should.
Please.
Yeah, so that's my like favorite stop on tour. Ocean City, Maryland, Phillips.
Hell yeah.
Hmm. When we were in Chicago, our one of our fans and supporters brought us, what are they called? Crinkles? Crink.
Yeah.
What is it called though?
Nick, what did you get, bring?
Yeah, crink.
Oh, those were fire.
They're basically cheese curd type things.
Okay.
Yeah, they were fire.
Crinkle,
Actually,
crinkled Danish.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like
shout out Gannon's homemade scones.
true.
They were
Yeah.
delicious.
A lot of supporters bring us food, and we love them for that.
Hell yeah.
Food
Yeah.
is nice.
You need that.
I know
Yeah.
this is like plugging capitalism and like a big name right now, but 1:30 a.m. In-N-Out Burger after a show with
Oh,
your
true.
other band
True
friends,
shit.
it's
In-N-Out
different.
Burger is fucking a godsend. I don't
In
give a
it-
shit. It's
in
so
and-
I
goddamn good.
also
Yeah.
I'm shamelessly a stan.
Oh,
In-N-Out brings people together.
Respectable.
saying.
Yeah. You know what
Yeah.
it's gonna be. You know you're gonna
Yeah.
like it. You know it's gonna hit the spot.
Oh,
Yep.
It just slaps hard, especially
that's-
after a show.
Yeah, that's true. And we did that when we were in LA.
2 nights in a
and-
row.
Mic drop.
Oh, that's true. We did. Yeah. Mic drop.
And if like it sucks because like, you know, being directly in the mid at the top middle here, you know, there is no close like In-N-Out, you know. I think the closest
Yeah.
one is Dallas, Texas. That would
Yeah.
be probably the
Rough, yeah.
closest.
You know what else
Oh.
there isn't here? Sheets or Wawa.
Oh,
And,
I'm
I
aware.
hate it.
Dude,
yeah.
Sheets is fire. I love
Yes. Let's go.
Oh,
I
Steve.
got another Sheets, man.
Yeah, I have a Sheets down the road from my house. I have it like literally every single day. Like I keep that place in business.
I'm a Sheets family. We're a Sheets family in Stacked Like
We-
Pancakes.
Yeah.
we have Quick Trip here, you know, the
Okay.
It's
KT, not the Q,
it-
not
it-
QT.
It's pretty
KT,
mid.
Quick Trip.
It's
Yeah.
mid. It's
I'm
mid.
not
the
saying
kids
it's
would
good.
say.
I'm saying that's what
Yeah.
we've got.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you got. Anyway,
Been
what you
overrun.
got actually, shout out like there's this place. It was only in Minneapolis in the Midwest. It's called
Oh,
a
crisp and
chain.
green.
Crisp and Green.
Yes.
Bro, We fuck up some crisp and green.
I love
Steve
me
can
some
tell
crisp
you.
and green. It's like a Chipotle styled salad bar, like bowl type place. Just so good.
Really, really good.
Super
Yeah.
fresh ingredients.
I had crisp and green today, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
I've
smoothies
never even
and-
heard of it.
Dude, the smoothies and the protein shakes are also fire. It's worth
Yeah.
it just for that.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to go crisp and green.
Agreed.
It's so good for you too. Like everything's healthy. Like
Matt,
Can't
have you-
wait. Can't
been
wait to
there?
get that crisp and green sponsorship.
yes, dude. Like the shits that I took after crisp and green were just so
Pristine.
fucking pristine. These were fucking
Matt, have you been there
God
before?
would yeah.
I've seen it, but I've driven by it, but I
Okay.
just thought it was
Stop,
some salad bar. I
Because
don't-
Matt's
Stop
in
driving.
Yourself. You have
Yeah.
to treat yourself, bro.
Okay, all right,
What
Yeah.
about Matt?
Oh, I said because Matt's in Minneapolis.
I'm in Minneapolis also.
Yeah.
You have to treat yourself, Matt. I'm telling you. But they're all
I'm-
over the Midwest. You can probably find one by you, Pat.
No, there's not one here. I'm up north in Duluth. We don't have
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah, no.
Get one.
Franchise. We're gonna franchise one.
It's franchise.
Guys,
next
what-
time
This
you're in
podcast,
Minneapolis.
we're starting a football podcast, and now we're also
Yeah.
franchising crisp and green. Like
There's a lot
we're-
of
we're
great
making
become
moves,
best
guys.
friends.
we're making
I think we
moves,
did.
guys.
You guys want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
There's a lot of great
Yup.
advertising opportunities here from this
Yeah.
podcast alone.
So so much. Okay, so with that, we're gonna move on to our last segment. This is rapid fire question segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You're just gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip. This is where things get a little dangerous. Bands, start to fight. There's fist fights
Oh.
sometimes.
Uh,
But I have faith in you.
Good thing this is over Zoom. We can't
I
actually
know.
fight.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Okay, you guys ready? Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
oh,
Mountain Dew.
what? Oh, what? Oh, Jesus, you're gonna do that to me? Mellow yellow. Mellow yellow.
What? Oh
Mellow
fuck.
yellow.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna fight.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
like you at this point, like Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow, and somebody comes out with Mellow Yellow, them's fighting words. Like,
Yeah.
get
100%.
real.
Nick, it's rapid fire, not.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Mountain Dew is objectively like better, and like if you're going for that taste, it is better. But Mellow Yellow, it's something about being in middle school and like fucking like I don't even
It's
know.
different.
It takes me back to a certain time. It's nostalgic.
Sure.
okay.
I'll give you
I'm gonna
that
break
because
the tie. I'm gonna break the tie. Mellow Yellow over regular Mountain Dew, but Baja Blast over Mellow Yellow. Damn,
Okay,
I
look
said
at this guy tiptoeing the line. Next question. Like
Next question.
You don't have to respect him. You don't.
it. Yeah,
this
I'm
dude's
like
just
Switzerland,
avoiding
bro.
conflict over here.
I'm
Yeah.
like Switzerland, bro. I'm neutral.
Yeah.
Like I just got in this band I've loved for my this to me.
Oh shit.
I'm
right.
going first on this next one, by the way. Fuck you guys.
Okay.
Horror or comedy movies?
Comedy, horror movies are comedy. They're so dumb. Next.
Okay, I guess we don't. Steve and I will just go fuck ourselves. Comedy
Yeah.
as well.
I probably
Yeah.
think comedy too.
Be unanimous. See, I took the easy one. Fuck. All right, next one.
I feel like I almost have to change this question because everybody answers it with one answer
Oh
only.
God.
And so I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit. So other than listening to like NPR, do any of you still listen to the radio?
I do almost every day. Yes.
Anything
Helen's
good?
also
Yes.
a lot older than us, so that should be known.
I listen to Mark Madden on a daily basis, 105.9.
No, I do. I listen to it for partially for inspiration to see what
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
listening to and just out of sheer curiosity. I don't
I
love
love
everything I
listening to
hear.
Pittsburgh Sports Talk Radio talk about how Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. I love hearing
I do
it every
enjoy that
single day.
too. I enjoy that as well.
when I used to live in Kansas City for just like 1 year, and the only time I was a huge radio listener was they had a stand-up comedy only station, and it
That's
was
cool.
the best. It was so great. That's all we listened to there.
That's awesome.
I love me some stand-up comedy, so that's dope.
Yeah,
It was
same.
great. It's not that they don't have it anymore, which is
Damn.
sad, but
Probably on like XM radio and stuff right now, which I don't really count that
I
as
mean,
radio.
you got Apple Music and fucking, Spotify, like
That's what I'm saying. You can stream it.
like there's comedy everywhere.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Oh. Cartoon Network.
I'm gonna say Nickelodeon for me.
Mm.
It's close though, but
Mhm.
Nick
I
with the tiebreaker.
Cartoon Network only because of Adult Swim.
Sure.
Yeah. For me, I just love like the Courage the Cowardly Dog, like all
Yep.
of those, like that. Yeah, so many good
Dexter's
ones.
Laboratory.
So
I love
many.
Adult Swim, and that's on the same network as comedies or as Cartoon Network. So yeah,
Right. Yeah, I mean, Adult Swim's part of Cartoon Network. It's the same
Right.
channel. But yeah, I grew up Nickelodeon, Salute Your Shorts, Clarissa Explains It All.
That's what
Ren
I'm
and
saying.
Stimpy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
good. Good shit,
Yeah.
man. Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
regular crust.
regular.
I'm gonna say regular.
All right.
Ah.
Now, I with this question, I never actually thought I would be stumping people. But apparently I'm just too old. But I have faith in you guys that this will actually be something of a mental debate. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
For me, it's Lindsay Lohan,
Lindsay Lohan.
but I think that's like my generation. So
Flow's got the flow, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can quote every single line of Mean Girls, so I'm gonna say Lindsay Lohan.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Like so far in like our third season, I'm shocked at how many times I get the response, "Who the fuck is Tara Reid?" Like,
Oh.
what? Who are you? Right?
Yeah,
living
right.
under a rock.
I mean, like, what other actress would you put up next to Lindsay Lohan besides Tara Reid? Would you say?
Fucking Glizzy McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff.
Hannah Munt, not Hannah.
Yeah. Miley. I mean, you could do Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, Hilary Duff, that's her name.
All right, that's fair. I'd
Yeah,
say that.
there's a
fair.
couple options.
Yeah.
We got two more.
I'd still pick Lindsay Lohan, by the way.
100. 100 P.
Yeah.
Newfound Glory or MXPX?
I'm gonna say. If I say Newfound Glory, I have a lot of people like. I have all my Paramore friends mad at me. But
I got-
I'm gonna. Yeah.
What does that
MX
have to do? What does that matter?
A newfound
well,
glory for
because
me. I think.
the
Yeah.
singer from Paramore, I
They were
don't
married.
know if it's true, if they were married or not, and like he
They
cheated
were.
on her or something like that.
Oh.
Okay, is that a real fact? Is that a real thing?
I mean,
Well,
they
they
were
were married and then they were not married, so I don't know
Yeah.
about like what happened.
I don't know.
But-
All my Paramore friends are like, "Fuck Newfound Glory," but I
Well,
love Newfound.
yo,
I love both those.
Haley's
bands.
doing just fine.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like,
All
chill.
right.
like.
Chill.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my Paramore friends listening to this, you guys can all fucking chill. Okay. Newfound Glory.
You found glory over here too.
Yeah.
Good. Both are so good though.
I love
Like,
MXPX.
I love
Oh,
Easy Core.
so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Last question. You can all three of you do it if you want, or just one. You can pick your spokesperson. But can you sing the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle for us?
Oh yeah.
Oh, who wants to do
Who wants
it?
to do it?
Go ahead, Kellen. You're the singer. You do it.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. That was beautiful. Beautiful. But y'all, that's it. You did it.
Another
You did it.
sponsorship opportunity.
Yes,
Mic
let's-
drop.
yes. I'm sure O'Reilly's Auto Parts really wants to sponsor a ska band too, for sure. Yeah.
You never know.
We're gonna record their next jingle, bro. We're gonna record it.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
it'd be so
That's
good.
actually a great idea. We should.
Hit them up, bro.
Start calling people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know a guy at O'Reilly's.
Like last season we did the Bagel Bites jingle. You could call them up because there ain't nothing more pop punk or ska than fucking pizza and
That's
Bagel
true.
Bites.
Facts.
So true.
Facts.
Straight
But
facts.
that's it. Y'all did it. You finished the podcast. Now's your
Let's go.
chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, what's next.
Hell yeah. We're Stacked Like Pancakes. First of all, Patrick and Matt, thank you for having us. This was a true pleasure.
Big thank you.
Thank
Love you
you.
Thank you
So
for joining.
everything that you can possibly want for Stacked Like Pancakes can be found on our website, stackedlikepancakes.com. We are on all the socials that you would expect to find any band these days. We're really starting to push our TikTok now too. So any kind of follows that you can throw our way to help get that going for us. Music careers have been made on TikTok in the last
Heck yeah.
decade. So
Wild.
we're very, very late to be hopping on that train. But we're trying. So if you want to hit us up on TikTok, that would be awesome. But also our Discord community, we have a dedicated Pancake Nation Discord server, and we also stream on Twitch regularly too. We're ramping that up this year as well. Twitch.tv/SLPancakes, and then our through Twitch and all of the other socials too. You can find our Discord channel invite, Discord server invite rather. We are, like you mentioned, Patrick, our newest single, Satellite. Would love for you guys to stream that. If you have an extra computer that can just stream it nonstop, 24 hours a day, 365, get those stream numbers up. Only
Get
like
5 buddies. All of you do it.
Yes, exactly. Just
Yeah.
throw a LAN party.
Call your grandma.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
not a
you-
pyramid scheme.
But then you'll be super disappointed. You have your concert and you're like, there was 15 million streams on this, and there's only like 100 people here. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, but we did get 0.006 cents per stream. So
You totally made like $1,500 off of that baby.
Yeah. $1 million streams.
Quit that
yes.
job.
No, but that's our latest single. And if you want to hit us up, but we all participate regularly, like, and talk with everybody in our Discord channel or Discord server especially. So come hang out, join the family in the Pancake Nation.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. It's been a blasty.
Thank
It
you.
was really awesome to get to meet all of you.
Great to meet you as well. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for all the support you guys have thrown our way. We
Mhm.
seriously appreciate what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
you got to keep the ska alive, man. You know,
absolutely.
there's some cool shit out there right now. People just gotta find it. I actually I thought I made a very funny ska joke to Matt earlier. Matt had said something. He was like, oh, they remind me of something. He's like, yeah, but that's the impression that I get. And I'm like, is it the impression that you get? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the
Why did you say that?
I think that's the response was I was
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Pat, what the fuck do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
And so I had to send him, like the music video link. I'm like, I was being very funny. So
I am hilarious.
I am hilarious. Little known fact, I was the boss tone.
No.
But tis. Yeah.
All right. Guys, thanks for hanging out. It's been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. And we'll see you in a second with our show recap info. Cool. Peace. Friends, thank you so much for sticking around this far. We want to let you know that we want to hear from you. Yes, you, the listener, we want to hear. So What was your favorite part of the show? What are your thoughts on this week's topics? Do you have any stories of your own to share involving this week's guest? We want to hear from you. The easiest way to do that, join our Discord. It's not to get ready, get your pen. I'll wait. Get your pen. Okay, you got it. So discord.gg/VU, lowercase KY, uppercase BYER.
Whew. We also started a series we'll be doing on the podcast called The Showcase. The Showcase is an hour-long interview show for up and coming bands that have newly formed. Each episode, we're gonna have 6 bands, each getting 10 minutes to promote themselves. This is a show every band could submit to. So if it's something you're interested in, head over to unsignedpoppunk.com, and that part's under our podcast section.
And guess what? It's almost February, baby, and February marks our 2-year anniversary, and it also happens to be my birthday. So we're going to do a special live stream concert on our Twitch channel. If you aren't following us on Twitch already, this link is also very simple. twitch.tv/unsignedpoppunk. You can also find it on our website. But we also have the super awesome music video show live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on our Twitch channel. Thank you again to Stacked Like Pancakes for hanging out with us today, and we will see you all next week.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind-the-scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.